Moicano put out a statement. No excuses. Thanks, Rafael dos Anjos, and thanks at UFC for the opportunity. This defeat doesn't define me. I'm not a loser because I lost. I'm not a winner when I win. I'm victorious in life, the way I handle myself with my family and my team. Thanks, God. This is the time to be alive. Never forget, I'm always chasing the big money. All right. Before you hate him for making such a stupid statement, let me come in and cover him. He didn't make that statement. Whatever PR team he's paying that grabbed his phone and put that out to the world, you need to understand that wasn't him. Because if you read that, you're going to think, what a dork. First off, he can't spell a lot of those words. And second off, he can't see a goddamn thing as of right now. So he did not put that out. But it's important that you know, because whoever thinks they were helping him by doing that are just going to make you guys turn on him. He said, I'm not a loser because I lost. What in the hell do you think a loss means? It means you're the loser. He said, I'm not a winner if I win. What do you think winning is? This is a very straightforward sport. There's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser. And if that goes away, or if you no longer care, then nobody wants to watch. People are either tuning in to see you get beat or to see you win, so to evoke an emotion. They're going to have one or the other. Boo or yeah. That's it. That's the business. So if you think you could go out there and somehow supersede the unified rules of our entire industry, that losses don't really count and wins don't really count, it's a stupid thing to say. And I'm not coming here to bury Moicano. I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm covering him because some dumb son of a bitch took his phone, wrote down a whole bunch of words. You should have seen it. It was perfect. All the commas where they should double spaced in between the final punctuation at the end of the sentence. This wasn't him. And you can say somebody else did it if somebody works for you and you gave them access. But if they work for you and you gave them access, you're responsible for the stupid stuff that they say. I am not a loser because I lost, and I'm not a winner if I win. But what the hell are we doing here? What was the point of this whole thing? It's like Tyson Fury wants to fight Francis Ngannou, but he doesn't want to fight him in boxing. He doesn't want to fight him in MMA. He wants to fight him in something else. Yeah, me too. I would love that in all walks of life if there was no risk. A capitalistic society and a capitalistic business doesn't just come with the upside, it comes with the down. That's what makes it the opposite of communism or socialism. There's risk and it matters. If you're a fighter and it doesn't matter, the outcome doesn't matter because it doesn't define you. What did it define? The evening? Did it define that moment? Because if you didn't lose, how are you thinking RDA? Did RDA lose? One of you lost. The unified rules are extremely clear. There will be one winner. That's why we don't call it champions. We don't call it winners. It's not plural. There's one out of two. It's very risky. That was written by a dum-dum. There is zero chance that he wrote that. And I am definitive, and I get that he's responsible. I get that whoever he gave his codes to and he's got on the payroll in some fashion, he's responsible for that. I'm not letting him go out like that. Just because he's got an overzealous PR person that thought the world needed to hear from him. The world didn't need to hear from him. I continue to see statements made by the person who came in second. The person who came in second doesn't have the right. And if you're going to break that code, which guys seem to do every single week, they continue to think that we want to hear from when it's just weird. Fix it. That fight was 2 days ago. 2 days in MMA is a lifetime ago. If you're going to come out and tell a story, which you're not going to tell the truth anyway, I lost, but I'm not a loser. Yeah, I'm sorry. It doesn't sound polite, but sure you are. That's precisely what you are. Now, I can lighten that load for you. I would not call you a loser. I wouldn't even point out that you lost. I would make pieces on the guy who won. And by virtue of default, that would thus make you the loser. But I wouldn't say it. He did. Or this person did. Whoever grabbed his face, eyes are swollen shut. Words that he could never spell in a language that he's not fluent in. And let me tell you, it was written perfectly. Every comma, exclamation point, capitalized at the very end when he was talking about the G-O-D. All things that a guy in Moicano's position could not do. I'm covering for him. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And if you're going to come out and talk about it, like, do you ever see those people that have like John Kerry bumper stickers, but they still drive around them on your car, or Hillary bumper stickers. This isn't a political statement, but in all fairness, there's nothing I do in my life where I advertise my losses. But you'll get some guy that does. He wants you to know. Shut up. Do you want to know why I left this industry undefeated and undisputed? Do you want to know why I left this industry with a bigger mark than anybody else ever made and the highest paid athlete of all time? Do you want to know? Do you want to know the real truth? Because I said it. That's why. And I'm a heel. And heels lie. If you're going to bring up a defeat, then switch the damn thing and say that you won. When's the last time? Let's look at some other heels. Nick Diaz loses 25 minutes of a 25-minute fight to Anderson Silva, grabs the microphone after and said, I thought I won every single round. He got a standing ovation, which is more than I can say for Anderson, who did win every 5 rounds. The truth is whatever the hell you say it is. You're not locked to anything. The ABC and the Underground Forum, they will keep track of your official records. If somebody wants to go to that level of research, why would you come out and say that? He's going to lie anyway. He's saying I'm not a loser and a loss and thank the GOD and the whole. He's not telling the truth anyway. He's telling his version of a truth. Why not just say that you won? Why not do what Nick Diaz did and say, I thought I won all 5 rounds? It was an opinion. He shared his opinion. I think I won all 5 rounds. Fair enough. It got him a standing O. There's a very big difference in the way that you do this. Scott Hall, somebody that influenced me within my career, it's where I got the entire bad guy gimmick from. Scott Hall did an underground match. Off-card match just means a dark match. It just means there was no cameras there. They're going around, they're touring with WCW. There's no cameras there. It's not for television. It's for a house show only. Scott Hall loses the match. He pops onto television, tells the audience that he did the match, and says that he won. He runs into the guy in the back. The guy said, Scott, how could you do that? I pinned you over there in Albuquerque. Scott looked at him and said, I'm a heel, and heels lie. Why would you ever come out and say it? If you're saying anything that doesn't behoove you, and that doesn't behoove you, that was an attempt to look positive and give a message to all the other losers out there that you're never really down. I mean, right? That was a ploy. He was virtue signaling. He just had it written by a dum-dum who used perfect English and perfect punctuation and put something out in characters that are so small that a guy whose eyes are beaten to shut couldn't possibly see. So yeah, I'm giving a bump to that dum-dum, but I don't want it on Moicano. Moicano's a hero. Moicano had his Rocky moment. I don't agree with it. I thought the fight should have been stopped. Either way, it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate and respect it. I don't respect the guy that puts that out. If you're saying anything about yourself, it had better behoove your career for what's coming next, because that's the only way sport works. I watch SportsCenter all the time. They talk about football all the time. I didn't see the great quarterbacks up there. I don't see John Elway and Joe Montana and Steve Young sitting up there because that was yesterday. Sports go in one direction and it's forward. You want to talk about something that happened? I don't care if it happened 2 days ago. It's done and it's over. And if you're telling a story and you're going to get people to listen to it, tell a story that serves you. You don't have to go into crazy land like Uncle Chael did. But you also don't need to, whatever this was. I lost, but I'm not a loser. Whatever I win, when I win, I'm not a winner. I don't even know what that means. It just means you sound stupid. It means that the sport doesn't matter to you. It means that the outcome doesn't matter to you. It means that you don't understand what we're doing here. We are here to find a victor, and by default, find the guy that's not, and we do call him something. It's loser. You lost. That's it. But if you're going to take the time to come out and you want to talk about your career, you don't ever talk about something that happened yesterday. For the same reason that people don't talk to Steve Young, John Elway, and Joe Montana. It doesn't matter. It's sport. It's what's next. Nowhere in there did he call somebody out. Nowhere in there did Moicano offer an excuse. In fact, he started it by saying no excuses. No excuses? If you're saying you're not a loser when you lose and you're not a winner when you win, you've already laid out the excuses. There's nowhere else to go. Apparently, it just absolutely doesn't matter to you. If it doesn't matter to you, believe me, friend, it doesn't matter to me. You come out and you tell somebody, I don't care who I fight next. I know what your message is. Your message is, I'm so tough, I'll fight anybody. But it's not what you said. You said you don't care. If you don't care who you're fighting next, don't expect me to give a damn. I'm going to take you at your word. So all of these guys that keep on getting beat, particularly in a fight that wasn't even the feature bout. I mean, it's a little bit weird that he thought anybody wanted to hear from him. But if you're going to come out and do that, you got to get back on the horse at some point. I'd have put a couple weeks in between. He put 2 days. Fair is fair on that. But call somebody out. Tell us what to look forward to. Right now, you look like the Elephant Man. Right now, the whole topic on this is that you should have been saved to put out of your misery 10 minutes before you were. Change the story. Tell a story. And for God's sakes, if you can't trust somebody to put something out that's compelling about you, Moicano, take the codes to Instagram away from them.